Good morning. Tom Buell here at the pre-sunrise on the halfway point of my morning walk. And I felt called to document this recent 10-day journey. I've done numerous fasts over the years, and it all began when I was in the United States Marine Corps. We went on field operations, and going out on field operations, I wanted to find a book that would intrigue me and give me some time to dig into it and read. And one of the authors I came across was by the gentleman named Edgar Cayce, Edgarcayce. He's known as the Sleeping Prophet because he used to go and lay on this cot and would go into a sleep, and they would ask him questions. They say that he would go up into the Akashic records, and people would send him their terminal illnesses, and this is back in the early 1900s, so this was letters. Letters would arrive with description of their terminal illnesses, what the doctors had said, and they'd ask Edgar Cayce for help. And Edgar Cayce would reply back from the trance. They would transcribe it and share with these ill patients what to do. The ARE, there's an ARE foundation down in Virginia Beach, Virginia, that is about his research. What they found is many of the terminal illnesses and the people with serious health issues, the first thing Edgar Cayce would tell them to do from that trance was to do a 3-day apple fast. And what the 3-day apple fast did, according to Edgar Cayce, is it would cleanse the body of all toxins. And then he would put them on the proper path to cure their particular health issue and challenge. So they put out years ago in the book that I read how this 3-day apple fast was something that not only terminal ill patients can try and do, but any normal human being who wants to be at an optimal level. So years ago, 1993, 1994, I began doing 3-day apple fasts, according to what I learned in the Edgar Cayce readings. And it's real simple. There's nothing real complex about it. Here's what it is. You eat nothing but apples for 3 days and drink water. So whenever you're having the urge to eat anything, you go get an apple. Nowadays, I highly recommend you get some organic apples. And you eat whenever you have that urge of hunger. So this way you're not doing a complete cold turkey, no food fast, but you're eating an apple during that time. Now, according to the Edgar Cayce readings, there's some health benefits. Now, I'm no doctor, but from what I recall, he says the pectin in the apple helps you cleanse the toxins from your body. And I've heard some people say, well, isn't that a lot of sugar to intake? Well, it's a different type of sugar, and it's perfectly fine. Now, once again, I'm no doctor. Consult with your doctor or physician before you try any of this, but numerous people from around the world have heard me do this, have given it a shot, and have had tremendous results. So it started all those years ago, the fasting journey for me, by learning about it from Edgar Cayce and conducting the 3-day apple fast on a regular basis, at least a couple times a year, and sometimes around once every quarter. And the good news about it is it does cleanse your body, but it also gives me and many others who have tried it the awareness of I don't have to be a programmed eater of food all the time. I don't have to eat just because it's breakfast, lunch, dinner. I don't have to eat just because I'm on a car ride. I don't have to eat just because I'm at the movie theater or sit in front of the TV and feel like munching on something. That's a lot of marketing that's gone into training humans to be eating all the time, kind of like a cow. That's the goal of the food industry. So it gives me and many others the awareness of, wow, I can choose to eat intentionally. And if I can go without eating during the normal breakfast, lunch, dinner routine, and or eating out of procrastination, eating out of habit, eating out of routine, eating out of social circumstances, and emotional circumstances, all these different things, I can eat from an intentional basis. So it's not going to hurt me when I pass up this one particular opportunity to eat and eat something healthier later, if that makes sense. So it really gives a clear perspective. Like, here's some examples. So on many 3-day apple fasts in the past, I would break out of a fog and have the refrigerator open, or be standing in front of the cupboard, and I would break out of that hypnotic state and say, what am I doing here? I'm not even eating. And I would trace it back to me avoiding a work task that I was mine to do, but I really didn't feel like doing it. And oh, it's lunchtime, and it's a procrastination aspect. So it's a way to eliminate actually doing what yours to do. Oh, it's lunchtime, I got to go break and do this. Todd Herman, what's up, man? Some great points, brother. Happy to see you so healthy and sharing your thoughts. Hey, man, it was great seeing you at in Orlando. And actually, yeah, anyhow, look forward to catching up sometime soon. Really love your presentation and all that you're doing. So it reframes the mind to not eat automatically, to not eat habitually, to not eat out of routines, eat out of social settings, out of emotional eating patterns, but to eat intentionally. And I've named it high octane eating. So let's picture a very elite car, whether you like Ferraris, Lamborghinis, Rolls Royces, Range Rovers, whatever your elite car is. The owners of those elite cars, when they're at the gas station and they see the 85 ethanol, the 87, 89, 91, 93, what do you think is their fuel that they put in? The answer is most of them are running best and optimally when they put the high octane fuel, the 93 octane fuel in. And that's a car. And when we look at our body, now just so you know, you can go rent a Ferrari or a Lamborghini for roughly $1,000 a day. You can rent a $100,000 yacht, or not $100,000, $1 million yacht for a few $1,000s a day. You can rent airplanes to go from here to somewhere, $20,000. Do you know what it would cost? Let's just say Bill Gates had the opportunity, or Paul Allen had the opportunity. Both of them are highly successful, in the multi-deca-billion status and category when they passed away. If there was a way for them to rent your body, how much do you think they would be willing to rent your body for? Well, that answer is billions, tens of billions, as much as they could get for one day to spend a time in your body. So our bodies, if we can rent cars, if we can rent boats, if we can rent airplanes and helicopters, our body is the most elite vehicle on this planet. And if you're going to put high octane fuel into the cars and the other vehicles, why wouldn't you want to put the high octane fuel into your body? So think about that. And I would ask you to, if you've never done it, go take a look at 3dayapplefast.com. The number 3dayapplefast.com. I go into details. It's for free. Just get your information and I'll send you over the details of the Edgar Cayce Apple Fast, plus show you several of my videos while I was in Apple Fast and sharing my mind process. Now what I'm going to share with you now is something super cool that's taken me a long time to understand. So 2 Sundays ago, I was up in Orlando for an event, and Wanda and I had a nice lunch with one of her friends from home in Puerto Rico, up in Orlando, at a Puerto Rican restaurant. And on the drive home, when I got home, I told Wanda, I said, you know what, I think I'm going to go without food for a few days. And some people have asked me, what was your preparation, Tom, for the fast? And I said, well, number one, I just decided I'm going to go a few days without food. Number two, I told Wanda, hey, I'm going to do a fast for a few days, so I'm not going to be eating for a few days. And that was it. That's the preparation. And then I didn't eat. And I went from that Sunday, February 9th, all the way up into this past Saturday afternoon without eating. So almost 6 days, 5 days and 21 hours, almost 6 days with no food, just water. And then while we were at a festival up the street in Deerfield Beach, she got this amazing plate of chicken. And the chicken had some collard greens, and she said, man, this is good. And I intentionally said, you know what, I'm gonna break the fast right now. And I had a small piece of, a little hand scoop of the collard greens and one small piece of chicken. Now, many people would have continued and say, well, I'm still fasting. I say, look, I was on a no food fast. I put food in my mouth, the fast is over. So we went home and I had amazing dinner. I had an avocado, I had an apple, and then we had an amazing dinner with steak and beef, two small tacos, and I had some carrots and some snacks. And I told her, you know what, I'm gonna do a 3-day apple fast after that evening. So I did the 6-day fast, ate a little bit on that 6th day, and then that evening I began a 3-day apple fast. So Monday, Tuesday, and now Wednesday, I'm sorry, that was Saturday night. So Sunday, Monday, Tuesday were my 3-day apple fast, back to back. Why? Because I wanted to do a 1-2 combination punch to totally eliminate sugar from my diet. Because I'm not someone who went hog wild into the sugary foods, but on occasion, if I'm at 7-Eleven, I would say, okay, I'll get this extra large coffee, and oh, that donut looks good, throw in a donut too. So during this no food fast, I got rid of coffee. Coffee's no longer a part of my routine. No longer do I participate in coffee. And then part of doing the 3-day apple fast was to take it a step further and say, sugar is no longer a part of my ingestion. So I've got rid of alcohol 2 years ago. I got rid of the coffee and sodas and Red Bull, things like that on the 6-day no food fast. And then this 3-day apple fast was totally to bring my mind to grips and be excited about the fact that I'm not going to put sugar or poisons into this billion or trillion dollar body. And I would encourage you to consider these things. If like we said, if you would put high octane fuel into those high level vehicles, you have the most amazing vehicle in the universe. Put a high octane fuel in your body. So when you're walking around, when I was walking around this past 10 days in the grocery stores, in everywhere I was, I'm noticing that about 95 to 98% of the food out there is low octane food. It's not the food that when I break the fast, I'm going to choose to put into my body. So that decision makes it tremendously simple for me to stay on track. Where if there is no high octane food around in this particular situation or time, I can say, this isn't going to kill me. I'm not even really that hungry. I'll wait till there's some great foods that I can put into my body. And by foods, I mean liquids and foods. So here I am at the end of 10 days of this journey and feeling amazing. And I just wanted to document this and share it, because after I always do a fast, it's like, man, you get great clarity. You get great return of power that everything is by choice. Everything that I do can be intentional if I decide to make it that way. I want to lead a life by design, by intention, not by default, and not by life kind of pushing me around. It's kind of when you set your sights on that, you know how to get there. You can navigate to it. So when you set your sights on properly fueling your amazing body, the other stuff, it's not like you're using willpower. And here's the thing that I'll also share with you. When fasting, most of the time, I don't share it with other people. I just keep it to myself. And by the way, never play that role of, oh, I'm fasting. Oh, I wish I could have that. I wish I could eat that. No, I'm choosing intentionally not to eat any of that. Never once was I ever like, oh man, that looks so amazing. I wish I could eat that. Until I broke the fast that Saturday with Wanda. Her collard greens looked amazing, and it had been 6+ days. And I intentionally chose to break it. But when you circle back and say, if that's what I can do with my food, what else can I do intentionally in my life? And I'll tell you this, I mean, back in 1994, I wrestled in the Marine Corps at 149.5 pounds. I'm now 152.9. It took me, with the eating habits I had back then, it was terrible. Like, I had to go eat Whoppers, I'd eat crap, and yet I would have to work out crazily and ridiculously. With the fasting, the weight just melts off. Effortlessly, easily, and without willpower, without determination. It's just a decision in advance. Like, I'm choosing to not eat in a no fast or no food fast anything, and if an apple fast, just apples and water. It's real simple. So anyhow, I wanted to document this just to remind myself when I look back on this video how amazing I feel. And while I've been talking, there's an amazing sunrise happening in the background. So I hope this is helpful to you, inspiring to you. I mentioned this on the Marketers Cruise a couple weeks ago as we departed the Marketers Cruise. Several people have given the 3-day apple fast a go and have lost 5 pounds, 10 pounds, 15 pounds, 20 pounds, etc. There's some people who years ago implemented this, and it turned from the apple fasting into more no food fasting and intermittent fasting, where they've dropped 50 pounds, 120 pounds, things of that nature. This is no guarantee of what you could do with your body, but if you've never attempted fasting and changing your habits and patterns around eating, I would encourage you to go take a look at the number 3dayapplefast.com. 3dayapplefast.com. And I'm going to switch this camera around if I can and stare at the sunrise here with you. So here we go. It's a beautiful day. Soak it in. So who we got here? Joy, what's up? John, what's up? Kathy, what's up? Anik, what's up? Churi, what's up? Todd Herman, what's up? Kathy, what's up? John, Kathy, Ludmilla, Michael Sylvester, Robert Jersey, Lack, Brian Tate, Alan Stacy, what's up? Good to see y'all. So here we go. It's another day. If nothing changes, nothing changes. Remember that. So in health, if nothing changes, nothing changes. If you want to give your health a revitalization, a reset, go take a look at 3dayapplefast.com. Your relationships, if nothing changes, nothing changes. Keep doing the same thing, you'll keep getting the same thing. Your financial situation, if nothing changes, nothing changes. Where of those three are you ready for a plot twist? Where of those three are you ready to stop overcomplicating it and making it much more simpler than it needs, than it has to be, and that it can be, than what you've been making it? Humans have a tendency to overcomplicate a lot of things. My hand is raised at that. Simplification. How can I get from here to there in the simplest, easiest manner? With dedication, with commitment, with consistency, with perseverance. Today's a new day. Time for a plot twist in your life. Maybe it's a reset similar to what I've experienced in the last 10 days. Go check out 3dayapplefast.com. Hit me up with any questions. And here's an interesting part. So after all this 10 days, and this is really, really wild, the 1-2 back-to-back fast for me, the 6 days, 5 days, 21 hours fast of no food, and then the 3-day apple fast, a meal after that. I woke up this morning, came here, I have no urge. Like, in the past, when I broke some fasts, I was pretty stupid about it and went and would go eat crap, like sugary stuff or ice cream, or, you know, just totally ruin it. And immediately afterwards, I'd be like, man, I went all this time to cleanse my body and immediately toxified it. Like, what's up with that? So I learned and got better at that. But this is one of the first times where I have no desire for any of the bad stuff. No desire for coffee, no desire for any of the Red Bull or energy drink stuff, no desire for any type of sugary things. As a matter of fact, it kind of is it's disgusting to even think about putting that stuff back in my body. When you're in the habit of putting that stuff in your body, guess what? There's marketing and there's engineering to make sure that your body wants more of it, aka to make it addictive. When your body cleanses from it, your body detests it, and it feels like, just like you wouldn't put sugar in your car or your automobile. Similarly, you're like, wow, why would I poison my amazing billion-dollar body with that crap? And wow, it simplifies a lot of things, and your body now is going to run more optimally. Your mind is going to think more clearly. You're going to have more energy. One of the amazing counterintuitive things of fasting is everyone's like, well, man, Tom, so in essence, it's been like 10 days. I had one meal, the little snack at the beach, and one meal with a couple snacks of carrots and an avocado besides the 2 tacos in 10 days. And then apples the last 3 days. And people are like, man, don't you feel, sluggish? Or no, actually, here's the thing. You have more energy because one of the most energy needing things that your body does, and energy consuming things, is digesting food. So when you limit and digest less food, you have much more energy. And in my 6-day no food fast, you also gain about 3 hours a day of not having to go search for where you're going to eat, what you're going to eat, sit down, actually do the eating, and later sit down to excrete that on the toilet. So there's about 3 hours a day that are saved out of the 24 hours that you can reinvest into other activities. So it is literally the ultimate life hack, while helping cultivate you into becoming the ultimate energetic, clear thinking machine that you're capable of being. So many benefits. And you'll see now, I mean, there's a lot of talk about intermittent fasting and things like that. How a lot of athletes are doing it. Man, for any athletes, like I think back to my wrestling days of how hard it was for me to get down to 149.5 pounds in 1994 when I was wrestling for the United States Marine Corps down in Quantico, Virginia. And the reason was I was eating like crap. My body was, I was kind of fighting myself, sabotaging myself. And I would have to run and work out and sweat and go in the sauna and just work out extensively to get down to 149.5. Well, now, without any working out, I'm at 152.9. How many years later? That was 1994. And now we're in 2020. So 26 years later, I'm back to my competitive weight with ease and simplicity. No struggle. Now I'm gonna reach out to my buddy. This has been a goal of mine, to get down to this like lean, low body fat, and then now start hitting the gym and now start bulking up and growing the muscle from here. So I always had this idea, but in the past I always made it more complicated than necessary, because I would eat crap and then have to work out like a madman to get down to nowhere near this weight. This is the lowest I've been since 1994. I mean, years ago, 2010, 10 years ago, I did a workout, a transformation where I went from 196 pounds to 168 pounds, 10 years ago. 196 to 168. I was 166.7 when I started this 10 days ago. Now I'm down to 152.9. Whoa, and think about that. 10 years ago, I was 196 pounds. Now I'm at 152.9. It's pretty incredible. All from taking control and intentionally choosing what to put in my body. So anyhow, wanted to document this. Hope this was helpful for you. Hope you enjoyed the beautiful sunrise. This is Tom Beal saying, make today great, live life intentionally. Take control of your life. Choose to live a life by design, not by default. Jim Bunker, what's up? Good morning, Tom Beal. Wow, buddy, you lost a ton of weight. Good for you, man. Yeah, and feeling great. And by the way, the goal wasn't necessarily to lose weight. Never in a million years did I imagine I'd get to 152.9, which is my competitive wrestling weight from 1994. I wrestled internationally at 149.5 pounds at the international caliber down in Quantico, Virginia for the United States Marine Corps team, 149.5. And I had to work my tail off to get there. Now I'm at 152.9 with no effort. It's pretty amazing. But there's so much more than the physical. There's the energetic, there's the clear thought, there's the epiphanies that come. There's I have ideas in my journal that just came from the ether. There's so many amazing things that happen while you're fasting. And a lot of it boils back to, if this is what I can do, I can take control of what I put in my body intentionally. It's really solidifying that attentional muscle of how we can lead a life by design, not by default. Hope you have an amazing day. Semper Fi. Chat with you soon. Oh, if you haven't gone there yet, go to 3dayapplefast.com. The number 3dayapplefast.com for more info. Chat with you soon. Bye for now.